In today's fast-paced, cutthroat world, many entrepreneurs feel like they have to sell their souls to live in abundance. Many people nowadays, especially during COVID-19 times, are struggling to stay afloat and are realizing that they don't have that sense of belonging towards their jobs or even their businesses. Many reached the ultimate success, but had to give up who they are. And in these times of hardship, they feel like they are unfulfilled. It has a lot to do with knowing yourself and knowing what your purpose is in life. Discovering your purpose is a journey, but it's also a discovery that can unearth an enormous source of strength you may not even know that you own. Self-love, self-acceptance, and acceptance of your gifts gives you an inner confidence like none other. So, if you're struggling in your life and wondering why things just aren't going your way, or if you're making great money but feel like something is still missing in your life, or if you crave developing million-dollar status and using it to serve your community, you are in the right place. By the end of this video, I'll show you how to start looking for your soul purpose and how powerful life can truly be when you discover what your soul purpose is, and it can turn your life and your business or job around once you monetize it. If you want to stay up to date with the best advice and techniques to run a successful, purpose-driven coaching and consulting business, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video every week. And if you are looking to find easy steps to create a six-figure, purpose-driven business with grace and ease, take a look at my latest video, Grow a Six-Figure Purpose-Driven Business from Anywhere with Grace and Ease, Be Free, and Time Rich. Hi, I'm Melissa Hughes, the founder and CEO of Live Rich, Spread Wealth Movement and Company. For more than 20 years, I've been working with leaders, trailblazers, and giants and entrepreneurs from all over the world. In fact, my own purpose in life is to support people like you to monetize your soul purpose while honoring their divine assignment and live a purpose of fulfillment and abundant life. I've also written a best-selling book about it called Soul to Soul, How to Identify Your Soul Purpose and Monetize It. It's to help people find out how to not only identify your soul purpose, but also create a plan and monetize it. So if you're looking for your soul purpose or how to monetize it, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. So let's start from the basics. What exactly is a soul purpose and how do you live in it? Some of you may have reached a point in your lives where you know there's something missing and you know you have something more to give. You're just not sure what that something is. To live your soul purpose fully means to discover who you really are and to accept yourself as you really are. It means to live with your natural talents and being and serving and getting rewarded for them. It means to love what you do and be rewarded for it, and to be considered unique and special because you are so good at what you do. Discovering your soul purpose is a journey, but it's a journey that's well worth taking. And wherever you are destined to go in life, you already have everything you need to get there. And whoever you are destined to be in life, you already have the gifts you need to be that person. Your gifts have been given to you, and they will lead you and are your own source of inspiration, in which in turn brings an understanding of what feeds your soul and what you need to do to live your purpose. In short, the journey to your soul purpose is traveling through the process of knowing yourself, loving yourself, and being yourself. Let's start from the first step. Know yourself. I was intensely curious as a child who always asked a lot of questions. My natural curiosity was not valued or recognized as a gift in my childhood. In fact, it was actively discouraged by my authority figures from as early as I can remember. I always found it difficult to take things at face value or accept limitations. Later in life, I realized that the same curiosity that seemed to plague my existence in youth translated into a most marketable skill when I arrived in the working world. In the corporate world, I found my context a place where my natural tendencies were relevant and valued. My natural scrutinizing mind allowed me to view corporate challenges in a way that brought people of varying perspectives together. What previously made me an eccentric elevated me to change agent status. Armed with the ability to ignite a corporate change process that diffused fear about change and inspire many corporate stakeholders to take an active role in utilizing their individual values to add to the corporate bottom line. I am now regularly tasked with bringing order to chaos, utilizing the very same skills that labeled me as a rebellious child and unmanageable in my early years. Once I learned to look at my natural tendencies as possibilities rather than limitations, my horizons were necessarily expanded. And the same can work for you. Take time to identify the times in your life when you have felt the most capable, happy, and fulfilled. Identifying yourself is in part knowing what really makes you tick and what always gets in your way. Start by asking yourself the following questions. What are your personal strengths? What are your professional strengths? What skills come easily to you? When in your life have you felt the most successful? Whose story or circumstances has moved you to tears? What fills you up with joy? At a point in time in your life, have you felt or do you feel most at peace? What life situations feel immediately outside of your comfort zone? What do you look forward to and what do you dread? By raising awareness about your life experiences and how they affect you, you will become better at knowing what fits and what doesn't fit with your most natural and comfortable definition of self. Let us know in the comments below the answer to the questions and share with us your journey towards identifying your soul purpose. So here's our second step. Love yourself. Once you find your fingerprint, you will be amazed at how many of our life's instances were evidence of our personal brand. You may also be surprised to see the many patterns of similar behavior and viewpoints that you have had in the past that have been consistent with your identified fingerprint, often without your having ever defined for yourself what makes you unique. For me, the path to truly loving myself was through my relationship with God. The love of God led the way to my loving and accepting myself for who I really am. I know that in God's eyes, I am perfect, just as I am. My belief in His perfection and in His divine decision to create me taught me to love me as I believe that He does. As a result of my relationship with God, I no longer needed to please others to find acceptance or love. Thirdly, be yourself. It took a journey of over 30 years for me to realize the importance of just being me. Once you embark on the course of finding out who you really are, it usually unearths another challenge on the journey to your soul purpose. How do you take this person you have discovered you are and allow that person to live comfortably and undisturbed in your own skin? How do you reconcile, now that you've identified who you are, the person you are with the person you have become under the influences of others? How can you learn to just be? Learning to just be means learning to recognize the real you, the person you know yourself to be internally, not the person you may have become in order to fit in or please others. Learning to just be is the process of engaging in life's moments in a state of elevated consciousness as you remain on alert for the purpose of your own actions. It means making yourself undergo ongoing analysis of whether your actions truly fit in with who you know yourself to be. When you learn to just be, you learn to trust your inner self and you learn to love your true self. And why do we need our soul purpose? Knowing your soul purpose will change your life. It will turn it around and allow you to become more than the best version of yourself. And here's a few more reasons. It makes us feel driven, unafraid, and secure in the belief that we're doing what we're meant to do. We experience a sense of energy and feel guided when we're living our purpose. Living our soul purpose means we receive abundance in recognition for the services we do. We feel like we're doing valuable, meaningful work for our tribe, which does wonders for our sense of peace, self-esteem, and self-worth. So once you know what moves you, you embrace who you are, you're comfortable in your own skin, and you're ready to use your natural gifts to carve out a fulfilled life. How can I find my soul purpose? Finding the answer to that begins with understanding of where to look. Start by establishing inspirational environments and circumstances. There's an unquestionable connection between your environment and your source of inspiration. When you find the right environment for you, you feed your soul, and knowing what feeds your soul is key component of soul purpose living. Same goes for people. Cultivate inspirational relationships. Have you ever been around someone who makes you feel like you can accomplish anything? Have you ever been around someone whose presence drains your inspiration? If you have ever been in either of these circumstances, you know the impact that your company you keep on your ability to fulfill your soul purpose really matters. No inspiration, no soul purpose. Your inspiration does not depend on others, but there's no faster way to snuff it out than by including uninspired and negative people in your circle of daily experience. As a seasoned gardener knows that a removal of weeds and trimming back of old branches are required for new stems to develop and flourish, we must learn that if we expect progress. And when you are ready, here are the key questions to ask yourself to discover your soul purpose. Take time out and think about your natural gifts, especially from early on in your life. What things do people look at you and say, wow, how did you do that? What is effortless for you? What are your personal strengths? Ask yourself, when I felt the most successful in my life, when was that? Whose story or circumstances have moved you to tears? What habitat do you enjoy and makes you tick? What makes you uncomfortable? What life situations makes you feel immediately outside of your comfort zone and makes you hate being in it? When you live in your purpose, you can experience massive breakthroughs in all areas of your life. Once I discovered my soul purpose, my life changed completely. I've already had a career of being in corporate America and helping major corporations make lots of money. I was over divisions. I started new divisions in Fortune 50 companies, and that was great and everything, but I still wasn't feeling like I was fulfilled. I felt like those corners, the walls were caving in on me. When I discovered that, when I left corporate America and started my own business, I realized that it wasn't a virtual reality. I realized that I can monetize just about anything that's an inspired idea. And also I can monetize an ability to take a vision that has great impact in the world. I can show somebody how to implement that and monetize that as well. Not only somebody, but also corporations and businesses. I was not a fluke. It wasn't a one-trick pony. These were my special gifts and skills. But when I was able to really realize the essence of what I was doing and how I can actually use that and turn directions and not necessarily stay within the walls of corporate America, but get outside the walls of corporate America and impact way more people globally, it was a game changer for me. I found purpose. I found purpose because I was able to see the difference it made, the legacies that it changed. I was able to see other giants grow and thrive in their own business, not their own hobbies, their own business that had changes that were ripples for years and years to come. I realized the blessing in that. I realized it brought me to be so humble around my gifts. And it also supported me in staying close to my God, divine. I call God endearingly the boss of all bosses. I'm able to work for the boss of all bosses as a result of living in my purpose and serving humanity in a way that uplifts and supports humanity in thriving. And that's just my contribution. But I'm not the only one. you can think about what that looks like for you. And this goes for my clients too. Once they discover their soul purpose, they were able to find satisfaction in their work and manifest abundance in their business and their life. And it's not just the money. It is meaningful relationships, purposeful work, connections with the divine, intuition, and so much more. But it all starts with the process of knowing yourself, loving yourself, and being yourself. If you want to know how to start looking for your soul purpose and how powerful life can be when you discover it, I'd like to invite you to my upcoming free masterclass, the 5-step strategy smart business owners are using to build a profitable 6-figure coaching and consulting business with grace and ease and without selling their soul, and while doing the work that they love. The masterclass is focused on how you can monetize your soul purpose to manifest the abundance in your business and in your life. The masterclass is free, and I hope you'll get immense value out of it. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to get notified when I post a new video. Also, let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see next from me, or if you have any questions or doubts. Give a look at these other videos if you want to know more about me and the Live Rich Spread Wealth movement and methodology. Thank you, and see you next week.